Joining us now in the studio, Bizzle, is the head coach of BYU men's basketball, Mark Pope.
We just saw you.
No Connect
last
for
Wednesday.
today.
It's great to have you back.
It's great.
No Connect
We're
for.
doing it weekly.
Okay.
No, I'm still seriously, I haven't been able to sleep for a week. I've been taking intensive instruction on Connect 4 strategy since I came.
Well, you won in Studio A after
yeah,
this
but that's
with the
just
other media.
that's just the beat writers media. Sorry guys.
It's not
I
live
love
TV.
You guys and girls. I love you all.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Hey, blue and white game tonight. We're super stoked about another opportunity to see the guys and give some of these young guys a chance to play in front of fans and, work through the nerves and whatnot. What excites you most about this specific blue-white game?
One, we get to introduce everybody, right, which is super fun because it's a new group, and two, these guys just get to have their first time with lights on in the Marriott Center. Midnight Madness is awesome, but the lights are off, which makes it super special. Now the lights are on. And
So no rapping from you tonight?
No rapping today.
Okay.
No, that's a one-time.
One opportunity?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. You got to take your shot, But tonight these guys get to get out there and kind of get a feel for it and compete against each other. And I'm actually really excited about the players competing against each other. But we've divided up the staff, and there could come to blows. It's really exciting in the office right now. So we've divided the GAs, the assistants, everybody.
Okay.
So it's a house divided right now for the next 8 hours.
What uniforms have you chosen, by the way?
We're going practice. We're going practice uniforms.
Okay, practice uniforms it is.
They don't get to wear a real uniform until the exhibition next Wednesday.
Fair enough.
How are the teams being divided?
We've actually come up with a couple different schemes. We're actually making that final decision in staff meeting right after this, and I'm telling you, it's intense. There's a lot of sweat going on in this office right now. So there's bargaining, there's trades going on. We got GMs on either side that are trying to work the phones. It's actually exciting.
Will you potentially switch that at halftime as well?
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe starters and. Yeah, okay.
The number one priority of all priorities, can we get out of this night with everybody healthy? So
Yes.
So, whatever that means.
So that's goal number one.
Yes, it is.
Stay healthy.
It's 1, 2, and 3.
Well, okay. What's goal number 4 then on that list?
So, we had a scrimmage against an opponent last weekend, and so we had some goals there, which I was super proud of how our guys responded with this really new group. And our number one project last weekend was rebounding. The guys actually, with a really small team, they performed at a really high level, which I was really pleased with. We selected an opponent that was nationally was ranked in rebounding percentage offensively and defensively the last couple of years. So that was great. So we're actually going to just shelf that. Obviously, it's always a huge key. We'll be talking a lot about power plays tonight. So we've been focused on it the last couple of days in practice. Our ability to, with actions and individually and with pace and everything else, to try and attract a second defender or second and a half or 3 defenders and then actually deliver a play out of it. So we'll be monitoring that a lot. We're going to talk a lot about pace, a lot about disruption. Our dim numbers will be important all season long.
Defensive impact metric.
Yep, exactly. And so there's a lot going on. It's fun.
Okay, so you mentioned power play. Are you talking in the half court or in transition?
Everywhere on the court. Everyone on the court. Who can earn a second defender? That is the question. Can you earn a second defender? And how can we do it together? Sometimes you earn a second defender by a great cut or a great screen or a slip or even your voice. You can earn a second defender. So all these different ways, we're trying to get a team in rotation so we can play a 4-on-3 game is really important for us.
Talk to me about the challenge of, because everyone always wants to speed it up. No one shows up at a job and says, I want to slow it down.
Randy Bennett does. Randy Bennett is like, we're going, and he's one of the greatest. Mind you, I'm saying that I have so much envy because he's such a great coach, but he's like, we are going to go slower than anybody in the country. Tony Bennett, also, 2 of the greatest coaches in college basketball. You guys are like, hey,
just the Bennett boys.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So you want to draw the second. You want to get havoc and deflections and rebound.
Yes.
But also get out in transition.
Yes.
Those seem to be not conflicting, but challenging ideas, I guess. You just have to have the guys in great shape, I suppose.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. And that's part of the challenge and part of the fun of it. But it's a different type of shape. Because it's very much less of a grinded out. There's 2 types of conditioning. There's running conditioning, and there's pushing and shoving conditioning. They're 2 different things, right? Sometimes as a post guy, you could, sometimes we have wearables now where you could track guys, their movement, where they go. And I could have a post guy do a 15-minute workout just playing in the post, and he could move a total distance of 20 yards in 15 minutes and be dead because all he's doing is lean on guys, like an offensive lineman, right? And so there's different types of conditioning. We're trying to get some speed and pace conditioning in every day.
Coach, I want to take kind of a big picture note with you here and ask you a question about just coaching in general and dealing with adversity. Because during the break, we were talking about BYU football and kind of the adversity that they're in right now. They've lost 3 games in a row. You've been through tough times as a head coach, and you've seen your teams kind of like have waning confidence, trying to reinstill that. So what do you do to break out of a funk? Not saying like you need to tell Kalani what to do, but in your own circumstances, what do you do to help your team deal with adversity and kind of rediscover that confidence and find the mojo?
Yeah, that's the magic, right? I mean, it's first of all, like what an incredible ride this team has taken us on this year. I can't wait for Friday. Like I can't wait because I was there the first game against Baylor.
It was wild,
and it's amazing. Like how grateful are we for this football team? Like they're incredible, and they're gonna rewrite it again on Friday, and we'll have a whole new storyline to talk about all next week about the hope and positivity and what's going on. And so, I think that's what you do. Like listen, I think you seek for your leaders. I think you seek for your grit guys. I think you find a way. I've been in offices where we've been in a tough spot before, and there is this part of it's like, man, there's just this frustration and disappointment, but also there's this anticipation and excitement of like, can we turn this around? Can we figure out the answer? And as an athlete, it's almost one of the most beautiful spots to be in. Like you live for it. You live for it when people start to count you out. That's the best time. It really is when people start to set you aside and count you out and underestimate you. And you're like, hey, let's go prove again who we are. I think there's so much passion there. I know there is with this football team. It's a character trait of BYU athletics. This is a great team, man, and they've taken us on a great ride, and there's still a ton of football left. It's gonna be so fun. Like, let's go.
And I'm glad it's Friday. Just one less day to have to worry.
Yes.
Nope, let's just play the game a day earlier. It seems like you'd love a season and sort of what's expected no matter what. But this season, it feels like we don't know what to expect. Is that liberating in any way?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd use the word liberating, but I do think that we are pushing the envelope on trying to, like, we want to rediscover ourselves. We talked about this a lot at Media Day. We had 3, really epic seasons. We were ranked in the top 25 3 straight years. 2 of them we finished in the top 25.
Yeah.
We'd gone a decade without being there for a week, right? And so we're so proud of that. And then there's this feeling that, like, we were there and we weren't even close to where we're trying to get to. And so there's that excitement of the accomplishment, and then there's that feeling of like, man, we still got like 5 Mount Everest to climb to kind of get where we're trying to get to. And so we have this space right now where we're rethinking everything. And we got a really exciting team where we get a chance to do this, and we're going to learn a lot this year. We got a young nucleus that I think has a chance to grow, and if we can stay together, and if we can keep getting better every day, kind of with a revised concept of how we can raise our ceiling, I mean, it's super exciting. So I don't know about any of the perception or expectations. I just feel so much excitement about, like, we're going to try and build something that's really special.
Is the strength of this team your conditioning and your ability to get up and down the floor? If not, what is it?
Well, I do feel like we have a strength in our length. We played against a team that was much bigger than us this past weekend, and we didn't feel small, which I don't know how to say that any better than I just did. Like, our length makes up for our leanness and for our diminutive height, right? At least that's how it felt in one scrimmage, right? And so, and our guys' tenacity, like, we were doing a lot of stuff just by kind of a group effort. And so, I have a lot of faith in the length of this team. I think our mentality is kind of be on our toes a little bit more than on our heels, to be a little bit more aggressive than a little bit more conservative. We're going to see times where that's incredible and it looks beautiful, and we're going to see times where it looks like a disaster. Hopefully we can just lean into the incredible part. And I got a lot of faith in the skill of this team. Like, we have a group that's skilled. A lot of times we're 1 through 5, we can shoot the ball. We're smaller, but we have a lot of skill on this team. And so I think we have good decision makers on this team that are trying to grow. So I think we have some real strength in those areas.
It's exciting, and we'll see the team tonight, 9 Eastern on the BYUtv app. Let's talk about the Dunk on Cancer event at the BYU store tomorrow. That's connected to the Simmons Center for Cancer Research. We've been connected with this effort. We love it as well. You guys are going to be tomorrow. Let's see. Where are you tomorrow?
We're at the bookstore at noon.
At the BYU store.
Yep. we'll have the whole team there signing autographs, doing a bunch of giveaways,
Nice.
giving people lunch, giving people gear. They're dropping the new Dunk on Cancer gear at the bookstore.
You got a logo.
100% of proceeds goes to the Simmons Center for Cancer Research, which, if you'll let me do this for a second, it's incredible what Simmons Center is doing. So, it's named after Dan Simmons, where there's someone watching this, can understand this. He actually discovered the COX-2 enzyme, guys. Like every NSAID and like every anti-inflammatory drug in the world is based on this COX-2 enzyme, and a BYU chemistry professor is the one that discovered it. And then the research that is coming out of these grants, out of these students, is incredible. For example, one former recipient of these grants now has got a drug that's in stage 3 trials. It should be out here in the next 6 months.
Amazing.
That literally could be a monotherapy for small non-small cell cancer, lung cancer. Just think about that. Like, actually, these students are going on to like put drugs on the counter that are actually treating cancer and curing cancer potentially as monotherapy drugs, right? It just is incredible. We have like 50 donors that are coming tonight that'll be sitting courtside at the scrimmage. We're just incredibly grateful for everybody that's helped with this. And drop by the bookstore. There's some BYU swag now with this Dunk on Cancer logo on it. And 100% of proceeds go towards this effort.
Am I seeing that right? $30,000 per dunk last year?
$30,180 per dunk last year. Now, part of that is we didn't have as many dunks last year, but still, $30,000 a dunk.
But look at those numbers.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's just awesome.
888,000 plus raised last year. You're up to 1.6 to date. That's the last couple of years. Those are some incredible numbers.
And this is, Leanne is so passionate about this. It's something that's become the heart of our program. She's on the board of the Simmons Center right now, and we're just excited about the progress we're making. It's growing every single year, and it's making a difference, guys. It's making a very tangible impact in the fight against cancer, and we're doing it with BYU students that are going on to actually bring these drugs actually to market. It's unbelievable.
Super cool.
And we've loved being involved with the donor appreciation dinner, the Rex Lee run, and whatnot. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it impacts everyone.
Yes,
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
And there's great. I don't think a lot of people know watching. We've tried to get it out there, but you have as well, of course. But that BYU has a Center for Cancer Research.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
The Center for Cancer Research, where our students during the school year and during the summer are going to work at Mayo Clinic and Harvard and Stanford and the best and brightest minds in cancer research right now. And we have a foothold in there, and we're making a difference. And it's just it's one of the great things that BYU is doing that probably the world doesn't know about, but it's making a huge difference. And so we're grateful for everybody that's helping.
It's multiple wins against Stanford, which is good. Hoping for another one Thanksgiving weekend.
Go. Yes, indeed. Mark, great to have you with us.
We'll see you tonight.
Looking forward to Blue White Scrimmage.